folks, Matt the Cruz here, domainwebstudio.com, and today I'm here with Sue Bell from themesroom.com, and we're going to be working through a project with Sue, which is one of her new projects, and we're basically be showing you how to use the tools in conjunction to get the best out of all the market research, and how to use DWS with the TZ tools. Sue, how are you?
Excellent, Matt. Thank you so much for being here and doing this with me. I'm excited to get this project off the ground finally. This is
Good.
yeah,
So
this is
what are we doing today?
well, this is a domain that I've had for a couple of years, and I think everybody knows I've got an interest in real estate. My family's been in real estate for a long time, and so it's a natural thing for me to want to do something online with it. So one of the brokers here in town that I'm friends with, we were talking about a year ago when there was an 8K refund by the government for first-time home buyers, how great it would be to be ranked for that term. So I bought the domain at that point, and I sat on it, and I haven't done anything except for this beautiful little artist ear template. So the things that have kind of come into my mind in the meantime is he's offered to broker leads for me,
Okay.
and we wrote a little PDF about first-time home buyers, about the things that first-time home buyers need to know when they're going to go buy a home. And there's a lot of things. So what I was thinking was lead gen for them to opt in and get the PDF, and then we contact them, or I pass it to my broker and he does the contact. And
Okay, so it's almost like a direct lead generation service.
yeah,
It's almost similar to what we did when I was purchasing properties as well. So it's quite
excellent.
interesting.
Yeah,
Okay, no worries. Well, should we get started?
absolutely.
Right, so folks, what we're going to do first is we're going to create our project in DWS, and we're going to start off using the last keyword tool as well, once we've got our project created, to start looking at what's actually happening in the market, where are the conversations and what are the interests and what people are looking for within the real estate first-time home buyer type of verticals. Okay, so what we'll do first is we'll click on clusters. You'll see the little link.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we need is we're going to give our project a name. Now, folks, the cluster, basically the reason why I call it cluster is because a cluster can hold multiple projects. And so is this going to be a primary site, or is this going to be, what type of, is this the primary site we're
This
working
is the
on, right?
primary site, yeah.
Okay. The reason why I asked that question, folks, was with TWS, you can focus on building your primary site as one project. You can then have your secondary outer ring, which could be your social and multimedia, or your blogs as second, third, and fourth projects. So you can actually really segment what you're doing and control every aspect of what you're working on with TWS. So we've just got two things, and we've got a cluster name, that's first-time home buyers, and then we've got the cluster objective. And you can basically take 255 characters and just put down what is your objective for this project, so it keeps things very clear all the time.
Good.
Okay, so we click Create New Cluster, and what they'll do is take us to the actual project settings, and you'll see the two blue tabs, View Current Projects and Add a New Project. So we've got no projects yet. So if we click on the Add New Project button, this brings up the global settings for our project. And when I say global settings, it's only these settings you set will be specific to this project. And it's broken down into probably about 5 or 6 different parameters that we look at. And it starts off with the target market. So would this be the US, google.com?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so what you do is you can select any search engine you want to work with, and what it will do for this project is if you're looking at the UK, for example, or all the links will point to the UK. So whatever google.com you use, it'll start pulling information from that type of server. The SEO cost base, you can just leave that as a default, or the way this roughly works is just a number that gives us an indication of what roughly you would spend on competing for this term. So usually what the guys do in the UK is they charge on broad match terms, and they work out roughly how many weeks it's going to take you, and they build the continuity plan in at that way. So the higher the cost base, the more the cheaper your cost is going to be, the lower the higher. So it sort of works in reverse. So if we made our cost base 4,300, it would be more expensive. If we made it 10,000, it would be a lot expensive, a lot more. So you can sort of scale it up or down to get to the balance that suits and looks realistic for what you want to charge out. Okay. Currency, we work US dollars.
Yep.
And then from there, we get down to the silo sizes. Sue, what silo sizes would you say are relevant to this market?
I don't know yet. I haven't done that much research in it. It's probably a pretty broad market.
So would we want to put the silo sizes up?
Can we come back and change these figures as we do some, or should we go do a couple drills in the last keyword tool to find out what the scope is on that?
You can change these anytime. You just come back to your project and you can update these settings. So as you're working, you can always come back and modify these to suit what you want.
Okay.
What I will do next is on the project promotional cost settings. Sorry, Sue, do you want to say something there?
Yeah, I do, because my domain name is actually -AZ, which means I want to actually focus on first-time home buyers in Arizona. So that's actually going to be a niche, and it's small. So these numbers should be fine.
We can tweak them if we find we're not finding the silos we want, because the minimum silo level is too high. We can always drop it down to 2 million or 3 million. And we can drop the article sizes down to maybe 700,000, and it'll just give us within the range. All that reflects to is in your keyword ideas screen, what it will do is it'll put a little icon next to the keyword saying S, A, or CA, meaning, LT, meaning long tail.
Right.
So straight away when you look at your keywords, you can sort of see the size that they come in on.
Okay.
Our project promotional cost settings, these settings are roughly what you would pay per unit to get things done.
Right.
So how much would you pay per backlink to get the stuff done? I just put in 6, but you can change it right down to 1 if you just want your basic costs. If you're going to use press releases, leave the defaults in as set to 0 if you're not using Yahoo and press releases. All the settings affect the reports.
Okay.
So if you don't plan to use press releases and that kind of stuff, you can just turn them off.
Okay. I'd use a local press release, actually. That's going to be less expensive.
Yeah, so I'll just tweak those down. Are you going to use Yahoo as well?
Probably not.
So just make it 0 so it doesn't factor in the cost.
Okay.
Then the next one is the project conversion rules. And we've got it basically, the way it works is if you're in position number 1, they say you'll get up to 60% of the traffic off that first position.
Right.
But what I tend to do is always drop it down to 0.25.
Yeah.
And look at it from a smaller level.
Yeah. Good.
Then the default site conversions is set to 0.01. And the reason why we set it so low is if it's a brand new domain, you've not had a chance to actually get an idea of what true conversion rates are. Right. So I think 0.01 is fair.
Yeah, if anything, it's a little bit high. I've been looking at ClickBank products for real estate stuff, and the conversion, well, the gravity there is always way, way, way low. Okay. Do a 0.5 there.
Right. So is this going to be a affiliate project? If it's not, just leave the default to 1.
Okay.
The reason why we use that little field there is if you are redirecting your traffic to an affiliate site, then you always need to factor in roughly what you think their conversion rate is going to be, because that will impact your traffic that you send across to them.
Oh, well, now, in a way, we could say that this is going to be an affiliate site because I'm actually passing the lead off to my broker, and then he's got to close the sale.
Yeah, but are you sending him an email, or are you actually sending stuff to his site, and then from his site the client has to fill in forms and do the transactions, or?
Well, he's going to do a call. He's going to do a call back and talk to these people.
So that's not really relevant. It's basically that looks at the third spoke in the wheel, if you can call it that.
Right.
Usually when you got your own business, you create your site. The client will hit your site and do a transaction. If you're doing affiliate sales, you're often sending traffic to another business's website. So you have to rely on your site on converting, and then you have to send the traffic to their site, and then there's another conversion funnel that has to go through
Right,
again
but that
before a
is
transaction
basically what
happens.
I'm doing, because the website conversion of Google traffic is just going to be those people who actually opt in and pick up the PDF.
Right.
So that's the first thing, and then those people get a call back from the broker, and the broker has to actually sign and close the sale of the house with them, which is
Right.
probably going to be about a 10% conversion.
I'll stick it in, then I'll stick 10% in over there. Because what will happen is when you stick 10% in there instead of 1, so build 0.1, it will factor down all your traffic and your conversion rates, and your bottom line will be impacted greatly by that.
Right.
So this then means you've got to get more traffic to meet the needs that you want.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, the average sale amount is going to be, so that's going to come out to $750 a sale. Now, how much traffic do I need to meet my financial goals? My total financial goal, let's start there. What do I want to get off of this website in a month? You've got $1,000 there by default.
Yeah. In the training area, we've created a PDF that works out that for you. So we said that what profit you make in each sale is it 750, sir?
Yeah.
And if you want to do 10 sales a month, if you think 10 sales, that'll give you a financial goal of 7,500. Is that fair enough way, or do you actually do more?
That's fine.
So if we stick 7,500 into the fast track calculator, what it says to us was need to do 10 sales to meet that goal. We'll need, for the affiliate, we need 100,000 unique visitors per month to achieve that. If we're just doing direct sales, we need to get 1,000 people to our site.
Right.
And out of the 1,000 people, 10 people will convert.
Right. Now this number I think is going to be pretty high for people looking for first-time home buyers in the AZ area, so let's scale our expectations back a little bit. And let's say we just want to make $3,000 off this site a month. What's that going to bring our traffic goal down to? Roughly half.
40,000 unique visitors.
Okay, let's do that.
If we're doing direct sales where it hits the site, the lead goes to the broker, you're looking at 400 unique visitors per month if he's getting a 10% conversion rate. Now you need 4,000. I had it incorrect there.
4,000 traffic?
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you say the conversion rate would be of your website, Sue?
Well, I think I'll probably get a 0.5% to actually opt into the PDF so that they can be contacted, and then probably 10% of those people are actually in a place where they're ready to buy at this point.
So what do we need to get a financial goal for 10 people? Okay, we basically need to get 4 sales per month. That'll meet your $3,000 there.
Right.
And we'll need about 400 people going to the site if we run through those conversion factors.
Really? Is that all? Because I only need 3 people. 4 people.
You only need to create 4 sales. So now I'm talking around 8,000 there. I just tweaked it because you said 0.5, so I just adjusted the figures.
Okay.
So we need 4 sales to meet our financial goals of 3,000. We need 200 people to come to the site, and I think we'll need about 8,000 people running through the site to get them to opt in,
that sounds
to fill in the PDF, and then to come in. We'll need about 8,000 people, unique visitors per month.
That sounds
so
right.
We need to find keywords that can give us that amount of volume.
Right.
Scroll a little bit up. We've got to give the project name, the cluster name. There by the primary network first string. So when you give the profile a name, this project's profile will be
first one.
And the project app's going to be main website. Just call it that. And it's a primary ring.
Okay.
So scroll down, and that's our project. And what will happen next is it'll take us to our keyword idea screen.
Okay, that's probably all for the first video. I didn't actually take a look at when we started this, but I think we should cut this here, and we'll come back for part 2, and we'll look at the keyword idea screen. This is Sue Bell and Matt DeCruz from themezoom.com.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.